Hello and welcome back to class. So today we'll continue from where we stopped in the last video. The last video we spoke about how you can create default parameters in functions. That's the ES6 way. So today we'll be talking about something much more interesting, and we will be talking about spread operators and rest operators. So that's what we'll be doing today. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen, and now we'll be talking about what exactly a spread operator is. Now, a spread operator actually allows you to be able to combine two arrays together. That's what a spread operator does. Now, for those of you who don't know what an array is just like, for example, let me create an array. It's more like, what will I call square braces? Yes, square braces with values in it. So an array can take in integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it can take in strings like Mike, Jonas, Joyce, etc. So now it can take in stuff like this. This is what an array literally is. And normally in JavaScript, when you're creating an array, you usually do stuff like maybe for example, an array of fruits, you say fruits is equal to, let's say mango, banana. Okay, AI has my mind. Banana, you can do cherries, you can do berries, and then you can do apple inside of the array. So this is an example of an array, and this is considered to be a fruit array. So this is a fruit array. Now, spread operators literally help you to combine two arrays together. So let's assume we have another array, let's say of houses, or should I say places? And then we say something like Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, and let's just say Togo. Let's just leave it this way. And now you want to combine these two arrays together. We use something called the spread operator. Now I'll show you how we usually do it in old JavaScript before we actually came across the spread operator. So we use something called the concat. Now this is how it works. You declare a variable. For example, you can call that variable anything. You can say merged, okay, and say equal to. You then pick out the first array, which is fruits. So you say fruits, and then you add in a JavaScript method called .concat. .concat, and then you then say places. That's the second array you want to add to it. Now, when you do this, you can now console.log the value of merged. Now, before I move any further, I would like to first of all comment out the old code in which we've had. So that it's not going to give us excessive outputs rather. So I'll just run my terminal. I'll say node app, and when I click on enter, I should see the output here. Oh my God, something's wrong. What does it say? Fruits has already been declared. I am aware of that. Fruits.concat.places. Did I declare fruit somewhere else? Oh yes, this is where the mistake is. So I'll just comment this out because I declared fruit twice. So the let operator discovered that I had already called fruit somewhere else. So when I called it again, it showed an error. But if it was the var operator, var way of declaring variables, now it would have overwritten everything. So this is another reason why let is a very, very good way of declaring variables in JavaScript. So let's run it again. First of all, I'll clear my terminal because I don't like a messy terminal. So I'll just say node app. And by the time I click on enter, I should see that we have an array of everything combined. We have mango, banana, berries, apple, and we have Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo all inside of one array. Beautiful, right? Good. But this is the old way of doing things. How about we talk about the new ways of doing this in JavaScript? So if we are making use of something called the spread operator, this is how you write the spread operator. You just put in ... Very, very simple. So now, 3 dots actually. So I would use the spread operator now to explain this to you. So it's very simple. We can just declare that variable of merge. You can say let's merged. And mind you, you can use any name of your choice. I'll just say dot, 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 call the first array fruits, and I'll put a comma, and I'll call the second array dot, 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 places. So this is what a spread operator. It means we're spreading the values of mango and places inside of one array. And by the time I do console.log merge, I say console.log and I put in merged, I should see that when I run this guy now, I have this. So this is the ES6 way of merging two arrays together. So that's really, really amazing. So I'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so let's do another example. So now this example is for two arrays, snacks1 and snacks2. So we'll just quickly do that just to demonstrate and for perfection. We will just do, let me comment this out. So we'll just do let's, or you can do a const wherever you want. Let's just use a const for the sake of using multiple ways. So we just do snack1 equal to, what's the first snack? Chips and cookies. Chips, and then we have cookies. I haven't had cookies in a while, honestly. And we do what? Cookies. Then we do const, and we put in snack2, which is the second snack, and we're going to have what? Apples and grapes. That's a boring snack. I would pour my own. I'll just say shawarma and parfait. I hope I'm spelling parfait the right way. All right, so now I'll just create another variable. Let me say all snacks this time around. So it's not like we're using merged all the time. I'll just say dot, 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 snacks, snack1. And I'll do a comma. I'll do dot, 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 snack2. So I'll go ahead and console.log all snacks. I'll say console.log, and I'll say all snacks. And this should give us what? Let's go again and run on the term. So I'll clear my terminal, and I'll do node app, and I click on enter. I should have these two arrays combined to be one. Isn't that amazing? Very, very much amazing. So up next, we move on to something called the rest operator. Now, it is very, very easy for you to confuse them. It's very, very easy for you to confuse them. So now, the spread operator allows you to like spread items in an array and combine it in one array. And then the rest operator, it helps you to be able to output items from an array, okay? So now let's do a quick example now. Let's say we want to create a function now. With respect to the example we have, let me just show you the rest operator. So we'll do a function, and let's call this function print cart. So now let's do this the ES6 way actually. So I'll just say const print cart, and I'll do equal to, put in my function sign, and inside of it now, I just put in, let's put in a rest operator. Rest operators and spread operators, they look alike actually, it's just that they do something different. So now this time around, I'm trying to pick out any item passed inside of this argument and then storing it inside of what? An array. So I just put in my arrow function, and let's say I put in a console.log, and I'm saying, let's say these are the items in your cart, like a shopping cart in your cart. Then I just do, you know what? I'll use the backticks. That's the ES6 way. I just use the backtick, and then Just put in dollar sign and then perhaps put in items in there. So this would work very well. So now, let's say we want to put in some stuff inside of our array. Let's say print cart, inside of our function rather, print cart, and we are saying we want to add something like maybe notebook as argument. Notebook and pen. Now, by the time we say we want to run this now, you should see what if an array, let's say node app, showing the notebook and what this is your cart. It already has notebook and pen. So now, literally, what this helps us to do is, for example, now in a situation like this now, it allows us to be able to put in unlimited arguments inside of a function. It allows us to be able to pass in what unlimited arguments were inside of a function. We can even go ahead and put in another, let's say print. We put in probably, let's say, eraser ruler. Let me say biro. Razor, eraser, and let me change this notebook here to ruler. Okay, so that's that. And when we do node app, we have this guy here. So let's do this. I want to try something. So let me just put it outside of this and do the node app again. So now I've removed it outside of the backticks and I brought it outside. So it came out as an array, which is what in its original form. So it picks up every item that you are passing into an argument and then it stores it inside of what an array. So this is what REST operator does. Spread operators combines two arrays together. REST operators carries multiple items and store them inside of an array. Very, very simple. So we'll do a very quick exercise. And then that's that. So now, here is a solid reward example that shows how both operators are used in modern applications like e-commerce checkout system. So in this scenario, we want to demonstrate how spread operators can copy and modify a user's shopping cart. I want to use REST operators to undo, I don't know, I'll check whatever example I put in there for the REST operator. Okay, but let's first of all start with the spread operator. All right, so I'm just going to clear this now. And I will ask you guys to forgive me, but I think at this point I'm having a long line of code. So since I've explained all of this, I don't know if I want to delete it. Or you know what, I'll just leave it just for reference purpose. So I'm just going to comment this out. I'm going to comment this out. So just a minute. Let me plug my PC.